Ah, the wedding banquet. I've had 2 or 3 weddings this year, and I'll tell you, one of the hardest things in planning a wedding is who gets invited to the reception. In fact, I've seen wonderful, beautiful brides turn into bridezillas, and it works the other way for the grooms, too. Grooms can be groomzillas as well, over who doesn't get invited. Are we going to invite Uncle Jack, or are we going to leave behind our embarrassing little brother, or what? But today's gospel helps us focus on 2 aspects of wedding banquets, of banquets. The invitation is the invitation to the reign of God. As the letter, our second reading speaks of, it's an invitation to nothing less than Mount Zion, which we approached in days of old as smoking fire with great reverence. This banquet and who is there is all important. So what about lesson number 1? Lesson number 1 is it's God who invites. God gives the invitations. And God's ways of inviting, God's criteria are not our criteria. God invites the least, the lost, and the last, the poor, the humble, and especially with an accent on humility. We heard of that in the letter of Sirach tonight. My child, conduct your affairs with humility. In the psalm, the echo comes forth. Lord, you have in your goodness made a home for the humble, for the poor. And then Jesus in the gospel verse before the Alleluia. Take my yoke upon you, for I am humble, meek of heart. So there's something to this thing about how we realize that God invites us, and we must come with humility. But maybe the second aspect of the wedding feast is, how do we relate to the other guests? Are we puffed up and do we take the highest seat? How do we do it in life? Are we always scrambling to be number 1, to be first, to be recognized, to be thanked? The kingdom of God is for those who take the last seat and then are invited up. For those who make sure that the poor are included, that those with nothing to bring are on the list, that those who would never, ever be invited to an ordinary banquet are the guests of honors in God's banquet. That's the golden standard of the kingdom of God. Let's hold this in mind as we approach the table of the Lord today. We've all been invited. Let us come humble and filled with gratitude to the Master who sets the table.